friends. This is Paul Bear, and I'm here to talk to you about the Gump Report. It is the most greatest show on earth, and the Undertaker loves it as I do as I hold my urn up to the sky. Oh, yes! I'm sorry, guys. I couldn't help it. I had to do Paul Bear out of respect for him because I love the guy. The guy, he knew how to motivate you. When he did Kane, and understand, when the Kane angle came in, I wasn't watching much wrestling because I was working constantly, trying to keep the job I had, trying to please my wife, trying to please her family, trying to please my coworkers. I tried to please everybody and I pleased nobody. That's the type of person. I was trying to be a good guy and trying to help everybody, and I helped nobody. I just burned myself out. And I couldn't even enjoy the stuff that I liked, which was still wrestling, even though my ex-wife didn't like it. I still liked wrestling. And when I could see wrestling, which was very rare, within the first, 1994 to 2001? I say 2001, I could barely see wrestling. Maybe once every 2 weeks, and that was only for 10 or 20 minutes before my ex or my wife at the time or my son or working, I didn't have a chance to see. But I do remember the angle for Kane. I do love the angle for Kane. And I might do a Gump report on how I feel about Kane going to the Hall of Fame, but this is not about Kane. This is about the Bella Twins. Now, it's been stated, some people have stated, I think even WWE stated, I'm not sure, I haven't checked, that the Bella Twins want to come back and wrestle. Both of them now have children. Brie has one child, now a second child, and Nikki now has a first child of her own. Both of them were pregnant at the same time. Both gave birth almost around the same time or at the same time. I don't really care. The question is now, they both had a child. Brie her second child, Nikki her first. And now they're considering wanting to come back to WWE. Here's the thing for me. Nicole, Nikki Bella, she had a bad jack neck. And if she has gotten the help she needed to fix her neck, more power to her. I'm truly happy for her that she's functioning good. And if she could wrestle, cool. I'm glad for her. Brie, she hasn't been a mom. She's been a mom. She's now a second mom. And she wants to wrestle. Fine. I'm happy for her. She feels that she's physically capable of doing it. She's still young enough. But here's the thing, guys. Will the WWE benefit from two former wrestlers, one who had a badly jacked neck and had to quit, and the other one who quit because she had children and wanted a family? Mind you, I'm not against women having babies. I'm not against women having lives, or men for that matter. I'm just looking at it from the perspective of what are they going to contribute to the company. You know what I think? Zero. You know why? The women's division is nothing but a joke. And when it comes down to it, you're looking at Twin Magic coming back and possibly not only winning the WWE women's titles, but one of them will probably go after either SmackDown or Raw title, counting on how long they stay. They may do a limited run and be part-timers. They may only do a certain amount of time, but think about it like this. You have women that are on Raw, SmackDown, and NXT that want opportunity to do their business. What have you gotten on Raw? You barely see any of the women that are on that roster. Barely. What do you got for Asuka? Now Rhea Ripley. After Asuka got her tooth knocked out by Shayna Baszler, and I'm kind of pissed off about it. Look, I don't hate Shayna Baszler for knocking her tooth out. Accidents happen. I'm sure she didn't mean it. But damn it, man. I'm not happy to see my Kata-chan losing her tooth. Okay? I'm not happy seeing her lose her tooth. If you've never seen Kata-chan TV, go look on YouTube. She does gaming and she a foodie. She loves eating. That woman could eat her ass off and cook her ass off. How much I wish I could be with someone who loves video games. A woman loves video games. Loves wrestling. Be able to talk with her and argue the hell out of it. And she'll probably beat me in arguments because if I want to make her happy, I'll have to say yes, dear. And cook. Because I cook like shit. I can cook a little bit. But the point is, I don't like Kata-chan getting hurt. But here's the thing. Look what you got for all three rosters. You got tons of women on NXT. And you now have NXT tag titles, which make no damn sense. They should have been given to Dakota Kai and Gonzalez. I'm just... I don't understand why Raquel Gonzalez and Dakota Kai didn't get the titles. It makes no sense why they weren't given those damn titles. And then particularly when they get it, the same night they get it, they got a job to Blackheart and Ember Moon. Chelsea Blackheart, a gorgeous Italian Korean. And you get the fiery Texan in a Ember Moon. Why would they have those titles when you just gave them to somebody? You didn't even give them a day to enjoy them. Less than an hour. The booking in WWE is atrocious for the women's divisions of Raw and SmackDown and the tag divisions, because there is none. Raw and SmackDown has no tag division. The only one that could have one is NXT, but they got knockoff titles that should not be in existence. If you cared at all, if the WWE cared at all, and do it right now, they merged the women's titles, all of them. The NXT, the SmackDown, and Raw titles, merge them into one title, and then let the champion go to all three brands and let her do her business. Then the tag titles the same way. If you really wanted to make it right, that would be the best way to do it, which they would never do it because Vince will never do it, not because the networks don't want it, not that Fox doesn't want it, or if USA doesn't want it. It's not the point. This is all about Vince. Vince is the one who's made this decision, not Triple H. Triple H had to make those titles because Vince didn't want him to drop the titles to Gonzalez and Dakota Kai. I mean, it's stupid. So now, going back to what we started here, we're gonna have Brie and Nikki Bella come back after a couple of years being away, one trying to get her neck right and having a baby, and the other one having another baby. And you're going to put these two women over. There is no way on this green earth that Brie and Nikki Bella are not going to be put over everyone. Over Sasha, Bailey, if counting on whenever you know who the last kisser is. You know about Becky Lynch. She won't stand a chance against the Bellas. I do not believe the Bellas are going to be jobbing everybody. There's no way. No. There's only one person that won't job to them, and it's going to be Charlotte. Well, counting on if she did try to fight for Andrade Cien Almost to be released. And if she did, she's going to be eating shit and like the taste of it for a while. Because that's a good possibility with Charlotte. If the rumors are true that Charlotte demanded Almost to be released and not to have a 90-day no work clause, she is going to have to pay a price for that. There's no way Vince is just going to let her just go back to being the way she was. She is fucked for a little while. She's getting her ass handed to her. She's going to like shit and like the taste of it for maybe about 6 months to a year. It depends on what mood Vince is in. If Charlotte got what she wanted, letting her husband, well, soon to be husband, be released, she's going to have to like shit. So there is a good possibility, if that is true, she will be jobbing to the Bellas. In one form or another, one of them is going to make her job. So they're going to make every woman job in some form or fashion, either in the ring or in promos or in backstage segments. No matter what, the Bellas are going to get over unless Vince really is not letting the Bellas get anything, which I doubt that. I'm sorry, guys. You guys tell me below, do you actually believe Nikki and Brie are not going to get what they want? They're coming back when the women's division sucks and the ratings are bad for Raw, SmackDown, and particularly NXT, who has to now move to Tuesday because it got its ass handed to it by AEW. About to say NWA. You see, I'm thinking about NWA. If you have not seen my video of Nick Aldis talking about NWA him dealing with AEW through NWA, take a look at it. But I'm telling you right now, the Bellas, they're not going to be jobbing. This is what I think might happen. You're going to have Nikki and Brie, or it might be Nikki who comes back first and Brie who comes back second. But this is what I'm thinking. If they're going to make this really special, mean something, you're going to have Nikki possibly come back first and be dealing with the roster of Raw, because that's what I think is going to happen. Then she's going to have problems with one of the women there, and she's going to get overpowered, and then her sister Brie will come in. And when she does come in, you're going to be seeing them work together and trying to get the tag titles, which won't last long. They're going to be handed those titles. That is what I think might happen. What I believe will happen is that by WrestleMania, Brie and Nikki will come out together. It'll be seen in front of what? If they even can pull it off, 40 or 50,000 people, which I don't know how they're going to do that. Because they have not been doing things right. I don't trust the WWE to be able to book or even take care of these people, because people are still getting sick in the Performance Center. But if they can't pull it off, I truly believe Brie and Nikki will come out together at WrestleMania. It will not be beforehand and won't be after. They probably will come back if the rumor is true, if they're coming back. I personally don't care if they come back or not. It's not the point. I hate them. Brie and Nikki is not the point. You can always book people you never liked properly. Like I've always said, this has never been about the performers. Whether they're good in the ring or bad in the ring, there's always ways of working around their weaknesses. And that is the truth. There's always ways of working around any wrestler's weaknesses if they are booked properly. And that doesn't happen much often anymore. Brie and Nikki, I'm sure they will be booked properly. But then, why am I going to care if they're booked in a really dominant way when every other woman on the rosters suck? Rhea Ripley's going to job to somebody. Asuka's going to job to somebody. What about my Naomi on SmackDown with Lana? What is going on with them? Nothing. I don't see anything good for any of the women when Brie and Nikki come back. It's not going to give them anything. Oh, it may give some good rating, maybe pop, because a lot of people still remember the Bellas. They still thought they were sexy. Some of them thought they were role models, and some thought they could wrestle. I'm not saying they were great. I'm not saying they were. I will admit, Nikki did improve a bit. Brie did not. She was still the same old Brie, the one that flashed the nipple on TV. But I don't hate either one of them. It's about the damn booking of the company. It's how they've been booking their women and men. And as it stands right now, the ratings suck. And if anybody says, look, they're doing good. They got over 2 million rating for SmackDown. Dude, they used to have over 4 at one point and 3. They've dropped down to 1.5 at one point. The only reason that SmackDown is good is because of Roman Reigns. That is all it's about. Roman being heel. SmackDown is all they got. Raw, there's nothing there. There's no challengers for Lashley. There's no challengers for Drew McIntyre. The most you're going to have on WrestleMania is possibly one of the matches is Sami Zayn going against Kevin Owens. Why are you dragging that back through the mud when there's no story? And there's going to be probably a story that's going to be tried to be built within the last 2 weeks before WrestleMania is aired. There is no long-term booking. There is no care. And a lot of people are saying, why are we caring about Daniel Bryan being... I've heard the Sleg Daddy. Say, why are we letting this damn vanilla midget of a Daniel Bryan in this damn match? Well, guess what? Whether you put him in the match or not, it makes no damn difference. The match is not great quality match. Is it a good match between Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns? Of course it will be. But is it a WrestleMania quality match? No! Neither is Edge and Roman Reigns or Edge versus Daniel Bryan. There's no build. This is what neither JD or Alex or even the Sleg Daddy's getting. We are talking about, and this is what I don't show no disrespect to any one of them. I've been watching them for years. I respect all of them. But they don't get it. We're talking about Daniel Bryan versus Roman Reigns versus Edge with no clear build after the fact. The only thing that's been good has been Roman Reigns' heel turn. That's all people care about. That Roman Reigns, after 4.5 years, taking a break because of the pandemic, he didn't want to get himself sick. He doesn't have the immunity for it. He comes back. He's a heel. People love his heel work. And he's doing really well. That is the most compelling thing of the shows. His heel work. He's still doing the same ring work. He still has the same moves of doom. Yes, more exaggerated, more methodical. But that's it. The booking of WWE is so bad. Why do you care? You care about the character of Roman Reigns. Yeah, you care about the story of Edge coming back. You care about Daniel Bryan, but is it really good storytelling to stick either 1, 2, or 3 of these guys together? No. You got what? One supposedly great feud in a Roman, Daniel Bryan, and Edge. Everything else, next to Apollo and Big E, which easily, as weird as it sounds, that's the only feud that makes the best sense, at least until Fastlane when Big E won. They should have never had the match in the first place. Because if they had to have the match and they had to drop the title, they should have dropped it then. Now they're going to repeat the match at... Why am I going to care? When the match has been done, and it's now been 6 times Apollo Crews has been trying to get that damn title. He lost to the Hurt Business. Now he lost 3 times. 3 times. You got 3 times to the Hurt Business. Sorry. You see, you never know what you're going to get. 3 times to the Hurt Business, and then 3 times to Big E. 6 times. Now he's getting a 7th shot at the damn title. His heel work has been just as good as Roman Reigns since it just started. His accent is perfectly good. His heel work is good. Working with Big E has been very beneficial for him. As a heel, he works. That is the only real feud that we got that makes the best sense. But honestly, everything else, there's no feud. There's nothing. You got Roman Reigns, who doesn't deserve to lose at WrestleMania. You got Edge, who doesn't deserve to lose at WrestleMania. And then you got Daniel Bryan, where everyone's going to say he doesn't deserve to lose at WrestleMania, but he's the only one that can lose. He's the only one that's going to get pinned. Because when it comes down to it for Daniel Bryan, he's the easiest to pin. Because he's got no feud. He's got nothing. He's gone nowhere for months. No matter how well he's loved, they weren't even willing to give him a real feud. Yeah, he's been working creative to help others, but that counts on how much he's been allowed. He doesn't have creative freedom. He just has enough to influence a little bit of Vince's ear to say, hey, could you do this a little bit? It might help. So this is what I see for the Bella Twins. You already heard me say it. I've been ranting about something else, and I hope you enjoy this Gump Report episode 8, which I love the number 8. I don't know why. Maybe it's because it's the double helix. The double helix. I think that's the reason why. That's just me. Peace.